Karen snitched on my security drills. Homeland Security visited her instead. Have you ever wondered what happens when a nosy neighbor picks a fight with the wrong person? In a quiet suburban cul-de-sac, where manicured lawns and picket fences painted a picture of tranquility, a storm was brewing. Karen Mitchell, the self-appointed guardian of Willow Lane, had a reputation for meddling. Armed with binoculars and a notepad, she documented every perceived infraction in mowed grass, loud music, or a car parked an inch too close to her driveway. But this time, Karen set her sights on a new target, Jake Harper, a reserved newcomer who'd moved into the corner house. His late-night activities in his backyard sparked her curiosity and her wrath. Little did she know, her decision to snitch would unravel her world in ways she never imagined. Jake was no ordinary neighbor. A former Marine turned private security consultant, he ran a small firm specializing in high-stakes protection for corporate executives. His backyard, shielded by a tall privacy fence, doubled as a training ground for his team. Under the cover of night, Jake conducted drills, simulated extractions, tactical maneuvers, and self-defense training. The muffled sounds of footsteps and hushed commands occasionally drifted over the fence, barely audible but enough to catch Karen's attention. To her, it sounded like trouble. "Who does drills in their backyard at midnight?" she muttered, scribbling furiously in her notepad. Convinced Jake was up to something nefarious, perhaps running a militia or worse, she decided to act. She dialed the local police, then escalated her complaint to a tip line she'd found online for Homeland Security. "Suspicious activity," she reported, voice trembling with self-righteous fervor. "Possible terrorist training camp right here in Willow Lane." The truth, however, was far less sinister. Jake's drills were meticulous, designed to prepare his team for real-world scenarios. His clients included tech moguls and foreign diplomats, and his work required utmost discretion. He'd chosen Willow Lane for its quiet, out-of-the-way charm, hoping to keep a low profile. His team, 4 ex-military operatives trained with non-lethal equipment, using laser tag systems and foam batons to simulate high-pressure situations. Jake had permits for everything, filed with the county and vetted by local law enforcement. He'd even notified the police chief about his activities to avoid misunderstandings. But Karen, fueled by her vivid imagination and a steady diet of true crime podcasts, saw only what she wanted to see: danger lurking in her pristine neighborhood. Days after her call, Karen sat smugly on her porch, sipping iced tea and waiting for the authorities to swoop in. She pictured Jake in handcuffs, her status as the neighborhood's watchdog cemented. But the response wasn't what she expected. Instead of police cars storming Jake's driveway, a sleek black SUV pulled up to her house. 2 agents in crisp suits stepped out, badges glinting in the afternoon sun. "Mrs. Mitchell?" one asked, his tone polite but firm. "We're from the Department of Homeland Security. We need to speak with you about a report you filed." Karen's confidence wavered. She'd expected gratitude, not scrutiny. The agents, Agent Carter and Agent Ruiz, sat her down in her own living room, their expressions unreadable. "You reported suspicious activity at 142 Willow Lane," Carter began, flipping open a notepad. "Can you walk us through what you saw?" Karen launched into her tale, embellishing details with each retelling, flashing lights, shadowy figures, and what she swore were military-grade weapons. But as she spoke, the agents exchanged glances. Ruiz leaned forward. "Ma'am, are you aware that filing a false report with federal authorities is a serious offense?" Karen's face paled. "False? I saw what I saw," she insisted, her voice rising. What Karen didn't know was that her tip had triggered a rapid response. Homeland Security, already on edge due to recent national security alerts, cross-referenced her report with local records. Jake's permits and his firm's credentials came up immediately. A quick call to the police chief confirmed his activities were above board. But Karen's call wasn't dismissed outright. Protocol required an investigation not of Jake, but of her. The agents weren't there to thank her. They were there to determine if her report was a deliberate attempt to misuse federal resources or, worse, a cover for something else. Enter an unexpected twist. Karen's own son, Tyler, a 19-year-old college dropout who spent most of his days in the basement, overheard the conversation. He'd been quietly resentful of his mother's overbearing ways, tired of her constant need to control everyone around her. As the agents questioned Karen, Tyler emerged from the hallway, his face flushed with a mix of embarrassment and defiance. "She's always like this," he blurted. "She calls the cops on everyone kids skateboarding, Mrs. Larson's dog, even the mailman for suspicious packages. She's obsessed." The agents raised their eyebrows, jotting notes. Tyler, emboldened, dropped a bombshell. "You should check her computer. She's been posting on these forums, bragging about taking down threats in the neighborhood. She's got screenshots of Jake's backyard from her drone." Karen's jaw dropped. "Tyler, how dare you?" she shrieked, but the damage was done. The agents requested access to her computer, and Karen, flustered and cornered, complied. What they found was a goldmine of self-incrimination. Karen had been active on a local crime watch forum, where she'd posted exaggerated accounts of Jake's activities, complete with blurry drone footage she'd taken illegally. She'd rallied other residents to stay vigilant, framing herself as a hero. Worse, she'd sent similar tips to other agencies, including the FBI, clogging their systems with baseless claims. The agent's tone shifted from polite to stern. "Mrs. Mitchell, this drone footage violates state privacy laws," Carter said, "and your repeated false reports could be construed as harassment or even obstruction of justice." The confrontation reached its peak when Agent Ruiz revealed the consequences. "Mr. Harper's work is sensitive. Your actions could have compromised legitimate security operations. We'll need to investigate further, and you may face charges." Karen's bravado crumbled. She stammered, tears welling, insisting she was just trying to protect the neighborhood. But her pleas fell flat. The agents left with a warning: cease all surveillance of Jake and cooperate fully with their follow-up. As they drove away, Karen sat frozen, her iced tea forgotten, her world unraveling. Tyler, shaking his head, retreated to his basement, muttering, "You brought this on yourself, Mom." Word spread quickly through Willow Lane. Neighbors, tired of Karen's reign as the self-proclaimed sheriff, whispered about her downfall. Jake, ever the professional, didn't gloat. Instead, he invited the community to an open house, explaining his work and offering free self-defense classes. The turnout was massive, with residents eager to move past the drama. Karen, meanwhile, faced a reckoning. The local HOA fined her for the drone violation, and a civil lawsuit from Jake loomed, citing defamation and emotional distress. Her online forum was shut down after moderators discovered her posts had incited harassment. Even Tyler, fed up, moved out to live with his father, leaving Karen alone in her once pristine home, now a symbol of her isolation. In the end, Jake's drills continued, now with the neighborhood's blessing. Karen, stripped of her watchdog status, faded into the background, her calls to authorities unanswered. The lesson was clear: meddling without cause can backfire spectacularly. Jake's firm thrived, and he became a local hero, teaching kids how to stand up for themselves while fostering community unity. For Karen, the bitter taste of her own medicine lingered, a reminder that truth and accountability always catch up. What do you think? Did Karen get what she deserved, or was she just misguided? Share your thoughts on where the line lies between vigilance and overreach.